Let's see here. Okay, it looks like we are live. So let me go ahead. Just gonna let everybody know that I am streaming. I said Sunday in the caption. It is actually Monday in the video. Please don't drink my hot cocoa, Achilles. So I'm gonna change that so that I don't look like I don't know the days of the week, but I had today off, so I guess everything just sort of came together in a general blur. How is everybody? How was your Monday? Hi Brady, how's it going? I saw you post recently about a leopard print project that you did, or something to do with leopards, so I don't know how that turned out, but I hope it turned out well for you. As you can see, I've got my assembly assistant right here with me, who's surely going to help this project and not at all hinder it. Isn't that right, baby? Yeah. Get your eye boogie there. Alright, so now I must decide what it is we will be assembling today. Yes, Anno, as per usual, you should be sleeping. Instead, you're here. I am gonna figure out what we're putting together. I kind of want to do a Mangler Squig. I kind of want to do the Loon Boss on Mangler Squigs, but it does look fairly complicated. And then our other options are for the Loon Boss or the either Squig Hoppers or Boingrot Bounders. I think the Boingrot Bounders are way cuter and funnier. I just like that they're little knights. Like, I like the idea that these goblins have a knight system. But I don't know. Hello, Riley. Hello, Michael. What do you guys think? What do you want to see me struggle through assembling today? Or I could knock my microphone over. That's a different struggle. I shall put it here. Hopefully none of that was really annoying in terms of sound. For today's background music, since I've been diving back into that Neopets nostalgia, I have the Neopets video game soundtrack playing in the background. A video game which I did not own, but you know, nostalgia is nostalgia. Riley, if your vote is for something with squigs, you're definitely going to get squigs. We've done the squig herd, but every other option I have also has squigs. So either, well, I guess Loon Boss technically has squig singular. So I think since I'm kind of feeling like I want to go for the Loon Boss, we're gonna do a Loon Boss today. Okay, it looks like both start the assembly the same way and then diverge later. At least let me flip through the entire guide. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna diverge at some point. But the starting instructions are the same? I think so. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll assemble it horribly and then not at all. Whoops, all squigs. Yeah, I should really paint one like a Captain Crunch sort of thing. Because they have the whoops all berries or whatever it is. That would be kind of fun. I think it's all on this one sprue. I'm not sure though, but for now, I'm gonna choose to believe that it is so I can put the rest away. Slide that over there. Oh wait, I need my plastic glue. Hang on. Strike that, reverse it. We need this. But yeah, you can see in here, I just tossed all the squigs that we had assembled. And this guy that we kit bashed. He turned out really great. I love him a lot. Kind of want to make him into a D&D character, but we'll see. I don't have that many campaigns going on right now, so I don't, like, need an excess of characters. Freebooters, oops, just squigs. Did somebody just say Crunch Boss? Hell yeah. Riley, I do hope you will let me have that as a title. I would love to call him the Crunch Boss. I don't have anything to give you monetarily for coming up with that, but I can offer you a shout out. That is what I can do. Crunch Boss is fantastic. I've wanted to paint these squigs for basically since I saw Dana Howell's, which I do have over in the cabinet. I would go and grab it as an example to show you guys what I'm talking about, but I am terrified of getting plastic glue on it, so I shan't. Hell yeah. Well, we're building the Crunch Boss then. Oh my god. A bunch of cereal squigs is... That's a real thought right there. That is an honest to goodness thought. Is this mug not perfect for hot chocolate? It's got little red stripes and little gold detailing. It looks like something that Santa would drink out of, so I'm quite happy with it. I hope you guys have been having a nice week, and that you had a nice weekend. I honestly had a pretty relaxed one, which I needed. I feel like I've just gained some peace back this weekend. Also, thanks to my friend, I was able to get past Radon in Elden Ring. So I can finally move into, like, at least the next third of the game, if not actually halfway through. Which is pretty cool. I've been struggling with that game because it's huge, and I don't always know what to do or where to go. But I've been going through it with a friend, and that's made it way easier. And we are, I'm like, we're gonna beat this year. I will put Elden Ring on my completed games list. Beating Radon means I'm on the road to the best ending. That's cool. If there are multiple endings, I'll be honest with you, I'm beating this game once. I don't know if I would play it again. And that's not because I don't think it's a good game. It's just because I, as a person, I realized I struggle a lot with making decisions. And open world games have too many decisions that need to be made and in which order. So I think I'm gonna beat Elden Ring once, and then if I want to play a difficult game, and have that as kind of like the thing that I'm wanting to do and enjoy, I will simply go back to playing Bloodborne, because that's my favorite of the franchise. Hello, Rothian. How are you? Okay, that's part 3. We need part 6 for his little tail. One day I will understand how sprues are laid out and be able to find the parts I need easily. Today, I can feel it's not going to be that day. Because it feels like I have to cross over into this half to find it, and I really don't like that. I want to start kind of on one half and move my way across. But nope. The tail is over here. There are multiple endings. Okay. No, don't tell me how it ends. Draken, I'm not reading the end of your post because usually I would, but I don't want any spoilers. After I beat the game, I'll just look up a YouTube all different endings of Elden Ring, and then I can decide if I got the good or the bad one, or whatever. Whichever one I decide is canon. Everyone's gotta chat. Tell me what you're working on so I can look at the chat again without worrying about spoilers for Elden Ring. Okay. Part 4 and 5. Captain Crunch Boss and his squigs, Crunch and Berry. Did you know that there's a Captain Crunch character called the Crunch Beast? He looks exactly like you'd expect. Like if you look him up, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's a fucking Captain Crunch mascot character. I don't know why he's just not in any of the branding or packaging now, because he's awesome. But I would like him to be there. One day Fiverr will learn to assemble and read. Maybe. I wouldn't count on it. Goofy idea, spoon weapons for the cereal squigs. Oh yeah, I have some tiny spoons somewhere or another, I think. I certainly had a tiny whisk at one point, which I put on the leader figure for my orc and goblin army when I first started. It was like a dollhouse whisk. I had wanted a spatula or something initially. Like I had a drawing of him, and he had a different giant kitchen implement. But they didn't have it when I went to the craft store. They did, however, have a giant whisk, which I picked up as kind of like a, well, I guess I still gotta get something option, and it ended up looking so good. I also sculpted him a little chef hat and a little piping bag. And he was my first time sculpting with green stuff or trying to do a kit bash. And it's on, if you know the Weird Boy model, the old Weird Boy model, not like the old one, but they came out with a newer one with the Beast Snagga Boys that looks way cooler and better, and I wish I had to paint, but have not been able to justify purchasing that when I already have a perfectly good, wonderful Weird Boy. Anyway, I didn't like the original sculpt because it's very gnarly and it doesn't look very friendly, so I made my own, and it turned out pretty good. I was very happy with it. It's It's Mushroom Monday, time to assemble. People out there are gonna think Mushroom Monday means something a little bit different than putting squigs together. Oh, I should remember to get the snail from the other kit. Because that was a pretty fun little thing. I can put it on the base of this one. Someone remind me to get the snail. And don't make that like a meme where we're constantly reminding me to put the snail on the base. Too many memes. It's only funny for so long. I think the tongue goes in there like that. You don't think the Crunch Beast looks exactly like what you were expecting? Like, that was just what I was picturing. Oh, nice. Straightening up the hobby space can be fun. I want to start redoing my hobby space and get a bigger desk and stuff like that, because it would be nice to have my computer right next to my streaming setup permanently, so I didn't have to just, like, shift things around. Of course, then I'm still gonna do it, because sometimes I want a hobby with a TV right in front of me to keep me entertained. So, I'm not sure how this tongue is supposed to go in here. Picture shows it going in like that. Doesn't seem to want to fit in there. I'm trying to just dry fit it so I understand what to do. Is that? That's how it, that's gotta be it. Yep. Okay, it's sort of turned to the side there. Captain Crunch Lore deep dive. I know sprues are laid out the best for the manufacturer, but like I can complain about what I would like as just a person who doesn't have to concern myself with such things. Yeah, it probably inevitably will become a meme, but you know what? At least then I won't forget to do it. I did not forget that Space Marine. Oh, you thought he would just be like a dog that looks like a piece of Captain Crunch? No, he's got like Maggie and the Ferocious Beast vibes. Anybody remember that cartoon? The craziest cereal mascot that you've seen is like the Cookie Crisp Wolf? No, we can go crazier than that. You ever hear of a cereal called Freakies? That's gonna win that for you. That's probably gonna be the weirdest one out there. A cereal before my time that my father spoke of with an almost mythic reverence for eating it during his childhood. The mascot characters were definitely strange. Looking it up now. Holy Christ. Yeah! They're weird. The honeycombs, like, crazy Sonic the Hedgehog thing that they had for a while, that was weird. I'll grant you that one. Fuck, damn, that's nasty. Yeah, that's about the reaction I should have expected. I mean, obvious winner for best cereal mascot concept. I mean, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry are just the best. You can't beat them. You put Halloween cereal and you also give it, like, Halloween monsters? Yeah, that's a win. I'm sorry. You can't beat that. That's the best one. Does the cereal taste the best? No. Does that matter? Also, no. This is advertising we're talking about. cereal with real life lore. Yeah, they did. They kind of became pop culture, like, icons. I do have a few, like, obviously I like the cereal monsters. I have throw pillows that are just cereal monster throw pillows. So sometimes if you see a weird face of something in my videos or pictures, those are just my cereal monster, things that I have around. Everyone does forget poor Fruit Brute. Him and the mummy people will forget. Oh, okay, I have different options here. I can either give it a drooly tongue or a pointy tongue. I'm gonna go with pointy. I'm going with pointy mainly because I think on some of the other squigs that I have in the clown army, they have the drooly ones, so I want a good variety. Another fiber stream. Bless. Yep. Back at it again. I had a relaxing day today, so streaming doesn't feel too intimidating. And I'll probably watch a movie after this and go to bed. That's the plan. I did dishes today, I cooked meals today, I played video games. I was either going to assemble or paint today. I didn't want to do both. And y'all voted, and you voted on assembly. Or at least the, like, 8 people who responded to my YouTube poll that I only put out an hour beforehand were like, hey, do assembly. What the frig is Freakies based off? I don't think it's based off anything. I think it just is. I think they just made them up specifically for the cereal. Okay, so I need to get 13 and 14, which is the tooth and the jaw, respectively. Oh, what movie is in the queue? Funny you mentioned that. You guys can actually help me pick. I rented a couple from the library. Oh wait, no, I can't show these because it says the city and state that I live on the tags. Let me just read them out. I've got Black Christmas, which is a Blumhouse film from... trying to see if I can get the director's name or the year on here. I think it's like a 2021 or 2022 film. And then I have a movie called, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this right, Escaflowne, which appears to be a Gundam movie, from Shoji Kawamori. Just because I've been really into anything that's like old cell animation recently, just in terms of aesthetic. And then I have X from Ty West. Escaflowne. Sorry, it's nay at the end. Okay, cool. Which Black Christmas? There's 3, and the newest one is garbage. I have the 2019 one. Thank you. Black Christmas is a 2019 film by Sophia Takal. I was watching, for the first time yesterday, I watched An American Werewolf in London, which I had never seen before. I'll be honest, and I'm sure this is going to be a hot take, because I know that film is well loved by many. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I kept watching because I was like, I at least want to see the werewolf transformation in this. But the main character was just kind of a dick, and I didn't like him. And after, I mean, the werewolf transformation scene and the special effects are very impressive for their time, to be sure. They, however, were not impressive enough that after a little over an hour, I cared enough that late at night to finish the film. I got more than halfway through and was like, you know what? I don't like this, and that's okay. So I decided not to finish it. And I went to bed. And now I can just feel it. I'm sure there are people out there who are like, how did you not like An American Werewolf in London? It's a classic. And I do like movies. It's just, I don't like all movies, and I don't think something being a classic is reason enough for me to like it. The same way this sprue doesn't think to put part 14 and part 13 next to each other, so I have to scour the globe to try and find part 13 in here. Time to get canceled. 2019 one isn't good. Go for the Gundam. Okay. I'll watch Escaflowne. We'll see how that is. There's part 13. Found it. There's a reason why the only part anyone talks about is the transformation sequence. It's good. Like, that's solid stuff. But yeah, didn't care for the plot or the characters. Watch both at the same time? Impossible, as I only have one television. Put one in the computer and one on the TV. Well, these are physical DVDs, so... Actually, you know what? This laptop does have a DVD drive. But, I will not be doing that. I will just be watching one movie. He looks like a really weird frog right now. Yeah, I've heard that The Witch from Mercury is good. I am currently still working through JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as always. I'm trying to find something to fill the void that Chainsaw Man left, in just having something consistent to watch every week, so I tried out Skate the Infinity the other night. Not sure how I feel about it. Some parts I'm like, this is good, this is fun, I'm having a nice time. Then other parts happen and I'm like, what the fuck? So, who knows? Who knows if I'll finish that one. I can say, though, it has certainly been a ride so far. Frogs fight frogs. Oh, now everybody's just frog mode. Okay. Now we have to decide whether we're giving him the armored faceplate, a regular face, or a different regular face. I like the armored ones, so we're gonna do the armored one, I think. It looks like we have to put a face. Do we have to put a face under it? Armor face? Yeah, I just think they're neat. I can't, it looks like it wants me to maybe put a face beneath the armor panel, but I'm gonna try fitting the armor panel and then seeing what it wants me to do, so give me a second here. Yeah, I think it expects me to put a face under there, so let me do that. It wants me to put part 11 there. You could get into watching Gundam. There are like a bazillion episodes of that. That's fair. I guess I don't mean that, like, I need something in terms of... I need something that interests me the same way that I was interested when I watched Evangelion for the first time, when I watched Chainsaw Man for the first time, when I watched Haikyuu, when I watched Dororo, Castlevania. I just want something that kind of pulls me in, that I really like. So that's what I'm looking for. And it can be hard to find. I'm picky, and I'm not consistent necessarily with the things that I like. Because shows I like can contain wildly different elements. And I'll like one for one reason and hate another for the same. I bet some are even enjoyable. Skate is very queer-baity, and your enjoyment primarily depends on how much you want to see guys get very close to being gay without being official. Yeah, like, the first 2 episodes aren't really like that, and then they introduced the guy whom I can really only assume is gonna be the villain. And he just kind of seems like a JoJo's character that they threw in there. And I'm like, oh, what is happening? This is a businessman, and those are high schoolers skateboarding? I'm not sure. I think they're high schoolers. It's very uncomfortable. Listen, everybody's been there with media struggles. I think my problem is that I consume too much media too quickly. So far this year, actually, I'm gonna write this down because I've been wanting to keep track of every movie that I watched this year. Just out of curiosity to see. Let's see. Yesterday was January 15th, and I'm counting it since I made it more than halfway through. That counts as having watched it. I gotta write down, well, I gotta write down that my pencil's fucking dead. Out of lead, motherfucker. January 15th in American Werewolf. This is important to do on the stream, of course. There, now I won't forget. I've seen the Owl House. I really enjoy the background character design in that show. Didn't really like Dragon Prince. I think it was the style, unfortunately. And there was something about Kipo that I didn't really vibe with either, but I only watched like the first half of the first episode, so I should really give that one a proper try. But so far this year, and partially you can blame one of my friends, Dustin, for all of the bad movies on here because he likes to watch bad movies and subject other people to them. I have watched Jack Frost, Jack Frost 2. Now, there are many Jack Frosts out there, and these are specifically the ones with the killer snowman, not like the regular snowman. These are terrible. They're both very bad. I've watched Clue, I've watched The Menu. I watched My Father's Dragon on Netflix because I was like, oh, Cartoon Saloon made a new film, maybe it's good. I didn't like it very much. I then watched The Menu again. Again with Dustin, I watched Nutcracker Massacre and The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, which was terrible. Please do not watch that film. And then I watched The Fall and An American Werewolf in London. And that's everything so far for 2023 in terms of movies. Netflix She-Ra, I've watched, I want to say at least the first season of that. It was okay. I understand why people like those shows, don't get me wrong. They're just, sometimes you realize that you can't, it's not in your age group anymore. Like, you are an adult watching a children's cartoon, and while there are plenty of great cartoons out there that have genuine appeal for both adults and children, sometimes I'm just like, I need this to be more sophisticated, I guess, than it is. Because sometimes when I really want a show that I can sink my teeth into, stuff like that doesn't quite do it for me. It's why I'm not constantly watching the Moomins. Sometimes I want a little bit something more than that. Oh, now everybody's like... now everybody's like, the Killer Snowman film is great. Oh no, this is gonna be like when I didn't like Transformers the movie all over again. No, I think Cartoon Saloon has done way better. I think that Song of the Sea was really strong. I think that's probably the one of theirs that I like the best. And I've seen Secret of Kells, which I liked as well. Wolfwalkers, unfortunately, they decided to premiere through Amazon, so I haven't been able to see that one, although I should really rent it from the library or something at some point, and give that one a go, because it looked very good. And I think they also did Breadwinner as well, which I did like, but that isn't really one I would go back to. It's a little bit more, like, serious and a war film and kind of depressing, and I just don't like war films in general, so even if they're well animated and done by a studio whose work I find interesting, probably not one I'll go back to. I will say about My Father's Dragon, it was very fun seeing how the characters were stylized. I really like how they had chosen to stylize the tigers. Cartoon Saloon has this wonderful, wonderful style where everything is just composed of circles. It's one of their strongest signatures, I think. It works really well for their style, and it's always interesting seeing how they adapt different creatures into that style. Yeah, I think Wolfwalkers looks like it's their strongest film. I don't know how to say it any more than that, but I just get the feeling, looking at it, that it's gonna be really good, so I want to see it. Your mom loves Buckaroo Banzai. Sam, I am so sorry to tell you this, but I cannot trust your mother's taste in film. I really can't. That whole film is so low energy. Like, nothing is urgent at any point in time. Everybody's just kind of, like, jogging. In all the chase scenes, they just kind of jog. They're just kind of there. Also, I will say, though, the fact that there is a character named Perfect Tommy, implying at one point there was an imperfect Thomas, is hilarious. Also, Jeff Goldblum is in that film in a very interesting cowboy outfit that at no point is really explained. The main character's name is Buckaroo Banzai, and one of his bases of operation is a like mobile home that has the inside set up to look like a Japanese dojo. And I want to swear, and I don't speak or write Japanese, but I'm pretty sure that on the back door of that mobile home, the character that they have hanging on the wall is not a Japanese kanji, but is in fact a Chinese character. To say that it is a culturally insensitive film would kind of be downplaying it. And my friend Dustin is always like, look, you can't see it through that light. And I'm like, there isn't a part of my brain that I just get to turn off and not notice these things. Yeah, it's a guy in a suit. Yeah. He has, like, the least interesting character design for having the most unique name. Yeah, no, he's just like a guy. I've never seen The Fifth Element. I hear that it's good, though. I should probably get around to watching that one at some point in time. I love how just generic fantasy score this soundtrack that I'm listening to in the background is. It's really hitting just all of the, like, yep, you gotta have a pirate level sort of notes. Fifth Element is wild. Yeah, like, I hear it's good. And I like sci-fi stuff. Despite me not liking Dune, I do like sci-fi. This soundtrack does sound suspiciously similar to Pirates of the Caribbean. I will throw that out there. I think perhaps some creative liberties were taken. You think my movie opinions are weirder than my art schemes? Oh no. Oh, surely not. They're not that weird. Probably. I think it's fine to not like everything in a genre. Exactly. Especially when I found out that there would not be any aliens present in Dune, I was like, what is the point of this franchise? The whole point of a sci-fi film for me is for you to give me an interesting alien design that I get to look at and go, oh, that's cool. That's not really the entire point, but it is a contributing factor. I do get to say that the sandworm is the best part of Dune. Everybody knows that. And then when people are like, the spice must flow, I can laugh about that. I did watch both the new film and the old David Lynch film, and I can say that of the two, I didn't like either, so I gave a genuine chance, you know? Alright, we're definitely going to be building the armored-faced one. So, we gotta put on part 22 and part 24. Okay. Does the worm count as an alien? I mean, technically. Technically. Let's see. Oh, good. We're at 62% battery today. So we'll be fine. I did charge my phone before recording. Sorry. It's so funny how it just slides on there. Just whoop. There you go. He looks like he's missing a few teeth in the center of his face, too. Oh, there's supposed to be a part that goes there. Oh, it's the mouth part. Duh. I was like, what? They did reveal Necromunda dudes who have pet worms. Yes, I was informed of that. I do not like them. I took a look and I said, nope, that's not for me. That worm is all mouth. And I understand that the sandworms in Dune are all mouth as well. But there's something about those Necromunda worms that I just don't like. I'm inconsistent, to be fair. Arrakis is a cool fucking name for a planet, I'll give it that. And Atreides is a dope as hell last name. None of that is in debate. I do think it's funny that he has a very cool last name and a very normal first name. But, I am hardly one to talk about unique names, so... Suppose I'll have to take that one with a grain of salt. Look at this little crunch beast. He's ready for the crunch boss. Yes! Riley, thank you again for coming up with the term crunch boss. It's making me very happy. Okay, so he... Okay, so they have this little Oreo to stand on. I gotcha. It actually looks like a Cookie Crisp cookie. You could paint that like a Cookie Crisp cereal cookie and nobody would say any different. But, I shan't. I wonder if I can make a tiny box of cereal and then have tiny bits of cereal trailing out of the cereal box. I could do that. You basically just need a tiny rectangle. People make tiny rectangles. Baron Harkonnen is the world's best villain name. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Oh no, I'm getting plastic glue on the table. I didn't realize this cap was full of... Oh, Jesus. That's not good. Hang on there. I want that to happen. I'm gonna go grab a paper towel. I don't know how well that's gonna work. BRB! Oh. Excellent. Sorry about that. System failure. Hello, Lila. How are you? Welcome. Everybody, shout out to Lila, who runs the fantastic miniature painting channel. Full-time famous YouTuber Lila Mev. You're painting for a video. Oh, cool. No, I am not ending my stream. I managed to somehow get plastic glue on the table, and I then needed to clean it off. So, that's what I was taking care of. Ooh, what are you painting for a video? Do we get to know? Hi, James! Welcome! You are now permitted to lurk after speaking up, so I won't scold you this time. Hee hee hee. We were talking about bad movies, and movies in general. Painting the Flower Witch? Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait to see that. I didn't have a particular plan in mind for how I was gonna paint this exact squig. But someone said oops all squigs, which made me think of oops all berries, Captain Crunch. And then Riley said Crunch Boss, which is like, you know, instead of a loon boss or a squig boss or an orc boss, this would be a crunch boss. And frankly, the name's so good that a crunchberry squig is pretty good. It's pretty fucking solid, so it's probably what I'm gonna do. Let's glue this to the base first, I think, and then we'll glue it to the leg. Crunch Boss Supreme. Hell yeah. For sure. I did rent Scooby-Doo Zombie Island from the library as per your request. So we can watch that at some point if you want to have another movie night. The most fucked Scooby-Doo movie? I don't know if it's the most fucked, okay? Because there's a lot of movies in the Scooby-Doo canon, that I have not seen. The one I remember the most is not Zombie Island, and I don't know the name of it, but someone out there is gonna know. It's the one where they go to that town, and the writer's been, like, writing about witches or whatever, and some shit goes down, and then, like, the witch tries to possess him or something. I don't exactly remember the specifics. I do remember finding it absolutely terrifying as a kid. And the Hex Girls are in that one. I don't know that the Hex Girls are in Zombie Island. They might be. They might be. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost! Yeah! Yeah! Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is the one I remember as being, like, the scariest. I saw this for the first and only time as a child. I had to, like, go over to someone's house because my mom wasn't gonna be home. And I didn't even know this guy very well, but, like, my mom and his mom must have been friends. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure he went off to do something else, and I was just, like, alone with the TV, which is fine. And that's what was on. I remember being terrified, but, like, I couldn't just cry to somebody else's mom about it, so I just sat there and watched it in a terrified stupor. Hex girls are introduced in Witch's Ghost, sadly. They're not in Zombie Island. Who didn't want to be a hex girl and put a spell on you? Lila, for Halloween, will you please paint a hex girl miniature? I think you should do that. You are the mini witch. It would make sense for you to paint a hex girl miniature, and you could do the one that has, like, I don't remember the names of the hex girls. I'm so sorry to all the real Scooby-Doo fans out there. But the one that looks like a vampire and has, like, the top of her lip black and the bottom red, or maybe it's the other way around. But that's the one. That's the one. The only one you ever saw was the live action one? That's fair. Well, now I have to go back to the library and hope that they have The Witch's Ghost. Or check HBO Max. So it's gotta be somewhere. 32 and 33. And then that goes there. Okay. Thorn! Her name's Thorn. Yes, thank you. There is a Scooby-Doo miniatures game. I saw it at my local game store. All of the minis are pre-painted, though, which to me is like, I don't know about that. But that might be your thing. Is this really part 32? Because that looks like part 34. Alright. Are you sure? Are you sure that's part 32? I guess so. I don't believe it, but... What do I know? What do I know? A hex fiver for Halloween. Thorn red, Dusk green, and Luna purple. I mean, Thorn was definitely my favorite, although anyone with any particular hex, like, if you just think the hex girls are cool, then clearly you have taste. It's a no-brainer. Does it have Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, though, Brady? Does it have the one that I'm looking for? Pre-painted sounds like... There are no Hex Girls miniatures, as far as I'm aware. Thinking on it now, though... Like, why did I not paint my Soulblight Gravelords to look like... Well, I could have done the big vampire lady as a Hex Girl. I didn't, though. HBO Max doesn't have Witch's Ghost. Okay, see? Inferior. Oh, Brady's contradicting and saying, yes, they have that one. Alright, well, that's two different reports right there. One of you is lying to me. Or maybe you both live in different countries, and it's there in some areas and not in others. They missing some real old Scoobert films. I will say, although people love Witch's Ghost and Zombie Island, both valid choices, neither of them are my personal favorite Scooby-Doo film. My personal favorite would be Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. Soulblight Hex Girls is going on the pile of very good ideas next to Towel Boys. That's very fair. US doesn't seem to have it. Okay. Well, I bet the library will have it. They had, like, every Scooby-Doo film. And I almost looked for it to rent it, but I was with a friend, and I was like, I already did this. I'm not gonna spend... I just feel weird being in the children's section of the movies at the library, although I shouldn't. If anybody asks, I can just be like, yes, I have a child. They don't have to know that that child's name is Achilles, and he has a cat. Ghoul School, yes! Slay! That is the one that had escaped my memory. Ghoul School walked so Monster High could run. Facts. Absolute facts, Riley. That is laying down indisputable, verifiable in a court of law facts. And I don't want to hear any fucking different. That is the God's honest truth. Although I never got into Monster High, so I'm just going off an assumption. I know a lot of people are very into it. I didn't like dolls as a child because, without the knowledge that I didn't have the vocabulary for non-binary, but I knew was not a girl, so I rejected stupidly a lot of traditionally feminine things simply because did not identify as female. I think if perhaps I had had a greater opportunity to explore things, and figure out all of that, I would have liked Monster High as a child. Oh, that's really cool. Lila, you should do that. I mean, probably not, because it's not a good video idea for, like, your current audience. I say you should do that because I'd want to see it, but I'd love to see you just, like, customize, one of those, Monster High dolls or something like that. I know there's a whole, like, culture of that on YouTube. I'd like to see you take a crack at it. I think it would be cool. Achilles is a valid name. Yeah, it's more reasonable than if I tell them my son's name is Lobster Thermidor. Just use a VPN. I don't have a VPN. Wait, maybe I shouldn't say that. Then people will hack me. I'm not worth very much. Go for it. That's not actually giving anyone permission to hack me. I'm just telling you it's not worth your time. If you are gonna hack me, though, at least change all of my documents for me to my correct name. Would appreciate that, random hacker. Libraries sound so overpowered. No, I mean, no one, that's my anxiety speaking. No one at the library is gonna be like, why are you renting this? Everyone at the library is delightful. And you should use your local library as much as possible because they have a lot of great resources and, are very cool. I'm a big proponent of libraries. Would have loved to have been a librarian in this life. But, you know, you have to have, like, a degree in library sciences, and I just don't have it in me to go back to college and get a master's degree to be paid the same or less than what I'm being paid now. Unfortunately, that's just, it's just not an option I have available to me. Oh shit. We were supposed to change gears at some point so that I could build the loon boss. I don't know when that was supposed to happen. Hopefully I didn't fuck it up too bad. Okay, that's still the same. That's different. Oh no. We might have messed this up. You know what? It's fine. This is gonna be fine. Where's the connecty point for that one? It's there. And it's on top of the goblin. So we didn't fuck it up that bad. This is fine. We just build a different foot. Just build a different foot for him. That's okay. He can have a different foot. I see nothing wrong with what we did. Until I find out what we did wrong later. as of right now, though, we are doing perfect. 45 connects with 41 and 44. Okay. This is why you read the assembly guide. My fault for not telling someone to remind me to do that so chat could make a meme out of it. That's on me, guys. I take full responsibility. Although, maybe you should feel just a little bit bad for not reminding me. Just kidding. You guys shouldn't feel bad about that. 100% my fault. 45... What the fuck other ones do I need? 41... I got distracted by the Hex Girls, okay? You were awful at it? That's how you ended up mini painting? Oh no! I suppose fair enough. There's probably a lot more work that goes into making custom dolls than I'm aware of. I've fallen behind with chat because I was behind with cutting out goblin parts. I'll catch up. Just give me some time. Someone would totally name their kid Lobster Thermidor. Thank you. Hey, my bills are paid, Brady. I am up to date. I am not sponsored by NordVPN. Oh no, you just mean they sound super powerful and you want to work at one now? That's cool. I worked at my college library and it was without a doubt the best job I had ever had. If I could have continued to do that job for the rest of my life, I absolutely would have. Unfortunately, when I was no longer a student, I could no longer have that job. And I miss it to this day. It did not pay well. However, they also did not expect me to do jack shit. I pretty much just got to hang out, and at the time, write Bloodborne fanfiction, and then if anybody needed help using the printer, I would help them, and I would reshelve books on occasion. That was it. It was the best fucking job. I would do anything to be able to do that job again. Except it definitely couldn't support me as a part-time job now. Like, there's just no way I could make that low of an income work, unfortunately. Brady, I don't know whose feet you're talking about on this stream, but I'm mildly concerned. You just realized the Cruel Boy's boss is only the sprue and not the instructions? Oh shit, that sucks. You can Google the assembly instructions and they'll be there for you. How the fuck did I have that dry fitted together? Because what I'm doing now is definitely not right. I looked at that chat and I got distracted. That's it. There it is. Gotta stop getting distracted. Hello, Keegan. Working on some Harlequins? Cool. We're talking about the Hex Girls, Crunchberries, bad movies, and Monster High doll customization, so running through a lot of topics really quick here. This goblin it looks like he made a huge mistake and his boss is gonna get really mad at him. Which is not the way you'd expect a goblin to look when he looks like he's having a fun time riding a squig. That's too bad. I wish he looked a little happier. He looks very concerned. Maybe he forgot. He's the one going, whoops, all berries. Like, maybe we should have also had some Captain Crunch in our bowl. Yeah, he's gonna get glued on top here. Okay. You love Monster High? That's cool. I don't know too much about Monster High, like I said. I just kind of missed the mark on that because I was too busy rejecting femininity without knowing that being non-binary was an option as a kid. To play with dolls, which is, you know, childish, but it is my experience. So, I know they had, like, a werewolf character, and they had a Frankenstein character, and they had... I know her name was Draculora. I know that much, the vampire character. But I think probably... I've heard that they had a Creature from the Black Lagoon character, which obviously would be the coolest one. Like, that's gotta be the best one. Okay, part 38 goes together with part 37. I'm gonna paint these chains to look like they are made out of Crunchberry. Or maybe not Crunch, but Captain Crunch pieces, not Crunchberries. That's pretty cool. They have all the classic monsters. I feel like the most important question is, do they have a Mothman one? Because I feel like the only thing that could be cooler than the Creature from the Black Lagoon is if they had a Mothman one. But that's probably a little bit too, like, modern. I don't think Mothman had really hit the popularity that he deserved when Monster High were big. Or are they still making them? I don't know. I still vaguely remember, like, the advertisements for them and stuff on TV. I do also have the Hex Girls song stuck in my head, which I am actively trying not to sing right now. It seems like a very 2010s thing. Mothman is the school janitor, Fannin. They're still making them? And yes, there's a moth? Okay, moth, but like Mothman is a different entity. I don't care if it's a moth. I care if it's a Mothman. It's pretty cool, though. From what I understand, they were well designed. Again, it wasn't something that I experienced. I was too busy playing Neopets for all that shit. I did have a moment where I was like, I need to just be kind to my past self. All that healing your inner child stuff that you see online, I'm giving that a proper go because, you know, I wanna be a more well-adjusted person for myself and just be able to cope with life and stuff pretty decently. How the fuck is... am I really gonna have this conversation with myself while assembling a squig? Yes, I am. That spike needs to come out of there. Sorry, sir. You better not be glued in there really securely, because that would be just like me. But as a kid, I had always wanted, a Fairy Cougar plushie. They sold them at Limited 2, which was a store, directed at tween girls. And I was not allowed to have one for whatever reason. Probably they were stupid expensive or something like that, which may have been legit, may have not been. But I wanted one very badly. And I saw one on eBay the other day. And I have decided that I, as an adult, will in fact purchase myself a Fairy Cougar plushie. And that will bring me some amount of solace, because it's still gonna look damn cool, and I still like Neopets even now, at 27 goddamn years old. I'm just gonna, you know, like, no one in my life whom I care about has made fun of me for any of this in a way that isn't like, LOL, that's a little silly. Like, it's never been a big deal. It's just been like, yeah, okay, whatever. We all have quote-unquote cringe interests. I don't really know if I want to use that term, because varying people feel varying ways about it, which is fair. I don't personally take that much offense to it, but whatever. It's just, you know, interests that are deemed not typical for a 27-year-old. But I don't care. No one's out there being like, wow, you still like Neopets at 27, you're unsuccessful. So yeah, I'm gonna just embrace that. Which is very 2010s of me. Elder Fiver and their Neopets, absolutely. Yup. Just hang in there, kid. One day you'll get that damn Kugra plushie that you wanted so bad. Just tough it out. Oh god, there's a lot of guys that now have to go on top of this other squig. I might keep them separate like this for painting. Probably should have kept that goblin separate for painting. Okay, I'm probably not gonna stick this guy on top of that guy to paint them, just because I don't know how well I'll be able to access it. And I have those handy-dandy little clippy clips now, so it's easier to hold things that are painted separate. So, guys, don't let me be an idiot and glue these both to each other, because then I'll be sad. Let's see. 56 and 57. She is the Mothman's daughter? Hell yeah! That's the best news ever. It is okay to be quote-unquote cringe or have wacky interests. Agreed. Like what? I was supposed to have taste as a child? No, that's stupid. I don't have taste now as an adult. I'm painting candy warhams. Like, if I was ever going to have taste, it would have happened by now, and it certainly didn't. So, why try and convince anyone otherwise? What I am having is a good time. At the cost of sophistication. A small price to pay for fun. And you best believe that I'm gonna paint some Warhammer model to look like a fairy Kugra, just so that I can show off the fact that I have the plushie now. Have I played Neopets the Darkest Fairy? No. That was another thing that just for whatever reason I was not allowed to have. My parents could be very strange with what I was and wasn't allowed to have and as a child, and there was often very little explanation for it. The thing was, I wasn't very... The PlayStation that we had as a child was my older sister's, not mine. You would think that, like, we would share the gaming console, but it very much belonged to her and not me, so even as a youngin', I didn't really feel like I never wanted video games for myself until I got my DS, and then it was like once every 3 years I would ask for the new Animal Crossing game and pretty much be satisfied until there was another Animal Crossing game coming out. So yeah, that wasn't one that I played. If they had a port for it now, on something, I probably would give it a go, but I don't think the old graphics would really hold up, and I probably wouldn't get as much out of it, but I might. It could be fun. I don't really know. I don't really know how the fuck this assembles either. God damn. It looks like that should fit into there, but there's no slot. Oh, there is. There's one right at the back that doesn't seem to be... Okay. Like that? Alright. Alright, I got you. I do not have taste, but what I do have is a good time. Fiverr, 2023. Yep. Absolutely. You do have taste. Taste is for candy. Glue the squigs together face to face like they're kissing. I will make them kiss, but I will not glue them together because they won't both fit on the base if they are kissing. I started using the hashtag cute hammer for some of my projects, and I'm hoping that that catches on. Because making Warhammer cute is definitely a focus for this year. Somebody out there should suggest some Warhammer cat models so I can find one that would work for a Fairy Kugra. For those not in the know, it's basically a tiger. It's like a Neopet tiger, so... There's that. I think my stream connection is a little fucky. My Wi-Fi is good. I am showing a loading wheel. Stream appears to still be going. I do show that the wheel is loading and that the chat at one point disconnected. It does say that it's successfully reconnected, so I'm hoping that everything is good. I don't know if you can hear me, however. I'm going to check my Discord just in case someone's like, oh fuck, your stream is bad. No, okay, all that's been posted is a video of the Crunch Beast on my... Okay, Riley can clearly hear me, at least, so that's all coming through. We see you and hear you. Okay, awesome. Loud and clear. Excellent. Alright. Cool, it just had a little blip for me, and I was like, oh, I hope I haven't lost everybody and I'm not just talking about nothing. I thought maybe the Mind Stealer Spheranics I could do. But I don't know if there's any other good cat Warhammer models. Okay, this one's supposed to have... I need to find part 55, which is a little goblin with a pot on his head. There he is. He's all the way over here. Come here, you. You're the captain. You're the crunch boss. There's definitely more cat than big dogs. Mind Stealer would be fun in fairy colors. Yeah, I think so. Louise Sugden has that awesome one that she gave wings to, so, like, it's not outside the realm of possibilities. Oh, man. A fairy Neopet Zinch army would be dope as hell. Nobody let me do it. Everybody tell me that's a bad idea. Tell me right now. My wallet can only handle so much. Everybody say that in the chat right now. I am counting on you to not encourage this, which is horrible. You've never once helped me make a good financial decision. I don't know why I'm relying on you now. You see how many squigs I have to paint. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. Not now. I won't say not ever. Because, well, frankly, I'm bad at keeping my own commitments. Okay. I then have to glue another pair of legs in between this pair of legs because the crunch boss is wrapped around another goblin. Actually, I don't know which of these goblins is the crunch boss. There's the one with the pot helmet. Which one of these is the boss? Is the one with the pot helmet the crunch boss? Or is the one with the helmet the crunch boss? He's in front, so probably him. Alright, so we didn't just build the crunch boss. We're about to build the crunch boss's legs. Don't say do it, Brady! I just told you to tell me to not do that. Nine color schemes for Zinch that aren't blue. Okay, that is fun. I don't know. The corn video did pretty decent. It did okay. I'm not at the stage of YouTube where I have to worry about my videos actually doing well. Because again, I'm not doing this for a career and I can just do whatever the fuck sounds fun. I don't have any Zinch models though. I need to finish painting my knights before I buy any other thing that even resembles buying another army. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Also, I want to buy a Demon Prince. I suppose I could buy a Demon Prince of Zinch, but I don't really like the bird head, so... Okay. I don't exactly know how these feet fit on the other feet, but I'm just gonna guess and hope. You're all a terrible influence on me, every single one of you. Even the lurkers keeping silent. James, I can hear you. I hear your silence lurking, and you are also a bad influence. Not a single person has ever counseled me in rational spending in the Warhammer hobby. I don't know that I could come up with 6 Slaanesh color schemes. I'm not a big fan of Slaanesh models. The only ones that I've really seen that I like how they're painted is, some of you might know, Cam from the chat, the Discord server. And Cam has some candy Slaanesh that Z's painted up. And they're quite good. No, that's not right. They have to kind of go... How the fuck? That's right. That's probably right. I hate this. This looks dumb as fuck. This is a stupid way to assemble a miniature and I'm mad about it. Can't get the fucking legs inside of the other legs. I don't know how this is supposed to go, but it's not supposed to go like this. I thought I had it for a second, and then I didn't. Why does this not want to work? I feel like that's gotta be the answer, because that's the only way that it fits, but then it feels like that foot is up way too far. But maybe it isn't. Maybe that's just right. Maybe we're just gonna say that's right and hope that it's right, and then find out that it's wrong later and be unable to change it. I can live with that. Have a nice night, Riley. Don't laugh at me for rational spending in the Warhammer hobby. It can surely be done, just not by people that are mean. Somewhere out there, there's some sick fuck who actually finishes painting all of their models before buying new ones. That used to be me. When I first got into miniature painting, I did not buy new minis until I finished painting the ones that I had. Granted, that lasted for like a month and a half. But still. Oh, thanks, Soda. I appreciate you for being here. Your support means everything. And no one has to ever apologize for not being able to stick around on a stream. I never expect anybody to be here. Every time I'm worried that nobody will be here, I'm not gonna lie to you. That is still a paranoia that I have. It's never once happened. There's always been at least one person watching. And for that, I'm very grateful. You guys are the coolest. Having regulars is really neat, and I'm very appreciative. Especially because I only started streaming to show my friend what I was doing in Dead by Daylight. Which was a stream that only he was supposed to show up to, and then people were like, oh man, look, a YouTuber that I subscribe to is streaming a thing, I shall tune in. Obviously I'm gonna keep making videos, because I really like that, but there's a large part of me that really gets, I think, a different kind of enjoyment out of just streaming. And if I ever got to a point in the future where I could actually make a living out of this, I'd be streaming all the time. You'd get annoyed with how often I streamed. So maybe be grateful for that. Back when Fiverr was a baby bat and didn't spend money on minis willy-nilly. What madness. Yeah. I was doing important things like writing and also watching TV and playing Bloodborne. I still do all of those things. I just also paint miniatures now. I'm very glad I paint miniatures. The Crunch Boss, he is here. He's being held on to by his friend, who I guess is like the first mate. The Crunch Mate. Crunch Boss, Crunch Mate, and I don't know what you would call just like the lackeys. Wait, I feel like we can give him a more impressive, Okay, because, let me be real with you. The most impressive hat in the group is this big, tall hat that one of the Boingrot Bounders wears. I feel like if we're gonna call him the Crunch Boss, he needs that big, tall hat. Not the little weenie hat that's on here. Let me see, because, I mean, I have the kit, so I might as well, right? Because then I can just give the Boingrot Bounder, I can just give him this hat. The biggest boss should have the biggest hat. I think that's just logic. Let me see if I can find that hat. Yeah, there's the hat. I might actually just be able to attach it onto his existing helmet. Your bro does it full-time as a VTuber and has painted on stream? That's pretty cool. I am admittedly envious of people who are able to do this full time. I wish that were me. I'm hoping one day, but I also don't dedicate myself enough to the content. Like, I just don't have the time and energy to dedicate into trying to follow to figuring out what the trends are and how to be good at YouTube professionally. Like, I don't have that within me right now. I think with enough plastic glue, that'll kind of melt the two pieces together. Yeah, we're giving the Crunch Boss a bigger hat. The taller the hat, the crunchier the boss. I can't move to Twitch, unfortunately. It would conflict with my core ideal of never giving Jeff Bezos a scrap of money. That's another reason why I couldn't be a professional VTuber or whatever the fuck, like a streamer. I feel like you have to use Twitch. That's just where the money is. And I can't do it. I picked the stupidest dumb old hill to die on, but it's the one I picked. I ain't giving it up. Yeah! Crunch balls! His big hat works perfectly. I think I might scoot it forward just a little bit. He's the Crunch Boss. I love him. I love what we've made together today. Some fiber conversion skills. Some literally me cutting out one part and sticking it onto another. That's the kind of conversion I like. It's easy. These are gonna be pretty impossible to paint, though. Like, it's great for a sculpt. It's gonna be shit to paint. He looks so goofy and fun. I love that for him. Look at him! Can you see him? Do you see this Crunch Boss? Do you see him? Do you see him? I don't actually know if you can see him. I think you can. I hope I'm holding this in a way that can be seen. Yeah. Cool. Alright, Crunch Boss is taken care of. There's another Crunch hanger-on here. Oh, and it appears I have a choice of face, so I'll have to choose that. I do like how dynamic this poses. Like, it's gonna be really fun to have him just flying off the squig. Parts 51 and 50. Honestly, I think I could choose any head that I wanted and just stick it on there. But there's like a hooded and an unhooded version. I like the hoods. I like that they're in goofy little executioner outfits and stuff like that. Crunch Boss the First, leader of a new dynasty. I think it's got potential. Not much potential. And I've painted Cereal Gloomspite Gits before. I did Fruity Pebble ones before. But I put a wash on them, because back then I was putting washes on everything, which greatly dulled down the vibrancy. I am working on learning how to shade without using washes so I can keep the vibrancy that I often work so hard to cultivate. And I'm finding strategies for that. Okay. So he's going to be attached here. How do you fit exactly? Because there's a much bigger divot than I would expect for you to go in. I guess just, however you get him in there. Yeah. So he'll be like that, and then the crunch boss will be... Oh, how do you fit? Where do you go? Okay, I guess they're situated right there. There is not, like, a divot for them to sit in, so... I will have to find the right pose where they're, like, correctly... I think probably it hooks around one of the spikes or something. I'm not intending to glue them to the squig, I don't think. Just so that I can paint them separately and have an easier time painting them. But I'd like to see how they're actually supposed to sit, just so I can make sure that everything's in the correct position. Which makes it a little difficult, because that assembly guide does not make it clear at all where that attachment point is, except for close to this guy. I don't know if maybe they're both supposed to go in that divot. Suppose I just have to hope that I've gotten it right. Oh no, wait, I gotta line up the arms. Oh shit, Crunch Boss is falling off. I tried to fix it and now it's falling apart. Crunch Boss, no! Having a Crunch Boss down. Okay, I'm gonna take the torso off, because once again, these legs are just going all over the place. Doesn't make much sense. Except for now, where I just had it, where it was making sense, because those pieces were fitting together. Sorry. I apologize for this chaos. But I mean, honestly, what were you expecting? It's my stream and it's an assembly stream. They tend to get pretty out of hand. There we go. Now the hands should be attached so that it actually looks like the arms are gripping the Crunch Boss. Did we maybe overcoat one of the feet with super glue in the process? Sure. Is that going to be okay? Yes. And those are all the sub-assembled parts of the Crunch Boss. He will be assembled later after being painted. First mate, I'm the Crunch Boss now. That's silly. Okay. So we did that. Options are, we can assemble something else. I don't necessarily know if I want to do the other squigs, but I could because I have the kit right here. I don't know what that little piece is. Part 59? Oh, that's just like a goblin that can be attached there. I don't need another goblin on here. I don't like the ones that don't have clothes. The little snotlings, I'm like, nope, you're fine. You're just not going to be on here. Because he doesn't have to be. We've got the Crunch Boss on the squigs. We could do the other squigs. I mean, we do have that here. Let's try it. We'll see. I might get bored halfway through and be like, yep, that's enough. But we can do the other big squig. I don't want to do like 10 mini projects. I just want to maybe do one other project, so. That's why. And it should be a little easier now that I have some knowledge of how this goes together. Doing it once before should theoretically be able to do it again. I am going to put the little Crunch Boys into the box so they don't get lost. We'll put together at least the first squig of the other one. We can do that much. It is just gonna pretty much be a repeat of the process. But that's okay. I could theoretically choose some different faces for these squigs. I do like the armor plates, though. I think they're fun. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do the armor panels again, or should I do something different this time? Just one big boy squig. Yeah. I should say, for anyone joining us for the first time, thank you. It's always nice to have you here. I do have a Discord server and a Patreon. If you would like to join us on Discord or support me and my weird squig projects, I think I'm supposed to also tell people to like and comment and subscribe. That's the promo stuff. I'm sure that YouTube really values me saying that, an hour and 49 minutes into the stream, but I'm bad at self-promotion. Yay! Doctors say armor is healthy. I mean, he's going into battle. Maybe he wants to look fashionable. I don't know. Armor panels, they're tough guys. That's fair. It is a cool Discord. Thanks, Sam. have a lot of fun there. Mostly I just post, I really like getting to see other people's projects and then posting either photos of my cat or I talk about what I'm watching on TV a lot. That's usually what I'm talking about there. So, and then obviously sharing work in progress photos of paintings. I was sharing some photos of the freehand that I was doing on my night the other day because I was really proud of it. I think it's looking really good and kind of folk art-y, which is different from how most people approach doing freehand. But I want to do a video where I talk about how freehand is not nearly as scary as you think, and you can probably do it okay. Freehand is often my favorite part of a project, and I so frequently choose projects where there is not a good surface for freehand, so I've got to think about that and try and choose projects where it is more conducive to a freehand environment. Even my little Necromunda guys, I'm finding places to paint stripes on and put as much freehand as I can onto them. And I want to keep doing that because I have fun with it. It's a good time. I am getting, I wouldn't say better at assembly, because I still don't think I'm very good at it. I am getting faster at it, though, by just not groaning about it and approaching it and doing it. I'm never going to be around meticulously cleaning mold lines. I just don't think that's the kind of hobbyist that I am, but I will in fact do this part of it, talking to you and complaining about how much assembly sucks. And I appreciate you listening to my concerns. I am rapidly running low on plastic glue, and I do not have another bottle lying around. So let's hope that this will take care of this box of squigs. And then maybe, just maybe, I won't buy any more miniatures for a little while. Or at least I won't buy any unassembled miniatures for a little while. I just kind of remembered that I was planning to purchase some models secondhand from somebody else. They're Necromunda models. I want to get the buggies, and somebody wants to sell them to me for a decent price. So, you know, I'll take that. Oh shit, okay. I put that together kind of dumb. But I fixed it, I figured it out. Alright. Well, we gave the other one, like, a pointed tongue. Maybe we can we'll give this one a drooly tongue, just for some variety. If they're both gonna have armor, I feel like that's probably a good call. I'm also gonna glue his jaw together a little bit more. Hello, Elysian. Welcome. How are you? Are you working on any cool projects? I am assembling very large squigs today, which has been a lot of fun. Good, that's nice to hear. I'm glad you're doing well. Doing the drawing the profile in D&D. Oh, cool. What kind of D&D character are you making? I played D&D with my group on Sunday, and we are running through Curse of Strahd, and we got to the part with the Mad Mage. And the mage turned into a dragon, and we all thought we were pretty fucked. So we started coming up with new character concepts on the spot, and everybody was just jokingly like, what is your next character gonna be? And I play with a bunch of lads from Ireland, and so I was like, I'll make a turtle who talks with a southern accent, and they were all like, oh man, we really want to hear your southern accent, Fives. And I'm like, no, I'm doing this because I want to hear all of you then attempt to mimic that accent, because it will be terrible. Yeah, the Mad Mage part was fun. We managed to not die, which is cool. I don't really know how well that's gonna go in terms of us continuing to not die, but for the moment, we're not dead. Oh, CJ, our DM, they did a great voice. They have a great, like, disgruntled old man voice that they lent the mage, which was quite fun. I'm not particularly good at voices, because I'm not confident in doing them in front of other people, but when I actually get up the nerve, I'm not terrible at them. I just, struggle with feeling like I'm going to be foolish, which is silly, because the whole point of D&D is, like, being goofy and having a good time with your pals. I've played in too many Curse of Strahd campaigns, is my only problem. Like, I've run Curse of Strahd, I've been in a few Strahd campaigns, so I do have to, like, make sure my character doesn't know shit. Obviously every campaign's gonna be a little bit different, but I know some of the plot twists in Strahd, so I'm still having a nice time. I'm looking forward to, hopefully, either running a campaign sometime soon, or playing in a new campaign where it is not Curse of Strahd. But for now, I mean, I love the people that I play with, and I have a really good time, and our DM's doing a great job, so I have no complaints. I have no desire to be a Curse of Strahd expert. I feel like, for what Curse of Strahd is, it's fine. It was the first campaign that I ever run. Like, I just picked up a pre-generated module and was like, yep, I can probably do that. So it's a little hard for a first-time DM to run, I would say, just because it is, a little bit more open world than some D&D campaigns, and, like, if you get with the wrong group, people get really angry for you for leading them into a high-level area, even though that's what they wanted to do, and I don't know. I didn't have... The first group that I ran for was not a group that I think I worked... Like, it wasn't the right fit for me, and I wasn't the right fit with them. It wasn't a great situation, And being a first-time DM, I didn't really know how to, like, direct characters away from stuff like that, but also it's Curse of Strahd, and it is pretty much just like, yeah, this is gonna be a difficult campaign, and you can be prepared to die and stuff like that, so yeah. Veldekin Artificer from Ravnica. Oh, cool. Those are like the little blue people, right? Oh no, I got plastic glue on my mug. Don't go on my mug. I don't want you there. Yeah, but I wanna, my next character idea for whatever, just currently floating around in my head, is a turtle that talks like Benoit Blanc from the Knives Out franchise. He'll be like a little cowboy. His favorite food will be baked beans. It'll be great. I don't know what kind of animal you could give to a turtle to be a cowboy for. Maybe like a big snail. But it would be goofy and fun. Especially if I'm taking him into somewhere like Curse of Strahd. Just nice, big, grim, dark atmosphere. Funny cowboy turtle. Who done reckons things a lot. Alright, let's give this one the armor panel too, since that's the one I like. I see no problem with having duplicates of things in your Warham's army. If that's the option that you like the best, you should just fucking do it. Hang on, let me check and see what face I put underneath it. This is the one with 2 teeth, so I can do the one with bad teeth, and then it'll still look different. I am genius. Wow, that is really out of focus. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't notice. I don't know how long that's been out of focus for. Sorry about that. Astral Elf Druid. Oh, very cool. I saw a depiction someone drew on Tumblr a while ago that I just caught the other day, but they were drawing drow in a more spider-like way, where they had like multiple eyes and furry spider hair on their limbs, and I was like, I'm not really an elf person, but I could play a drow if drow looked like spider people. That'd be pretty cool. I'm sure you all have some great D&D characters. If you'd like, I posted a link to our Discord server, and you can certainly share your D&D character there. I would be interested to see them. Oh, maybe you can't do this mask with the other face, because it's not fitting on so good. The fit is not perfect. Alright, let's rip this face off, toss it aside, get the correct face on there. I was considering just leaving it, but we're so close to finishing up the squig altogether that might as well close it out with a W. Once I finish putting together this big squig, I'm gonna be done, and I am going to settle back in. Oh, hell yeah, Soda! What models did you pick? Or if you don't want to tell everybody, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. But I want to know if you want to tell me. And also, very cool of you to have convinced other people to join in. That's freaking fantastic. I will be making a post for anyone interested in joining in on this year's Pride Clown Gobos 2023 collab. A lot of people requested some community involvement, so I'll be making a post about that closer to the time of the collab. So if you're interested in participating, you can. And it'll be a fun, good time. Yeah. You picked the trolls! Oh, sweet! We only have one troll in the entire army. We need more trolls. We have the one big troll. And someone made him, it's Evil Penguin Crafts on Instagram. I'm struggling to remember the person's real name, like their not username. Oh shit, I just flung that squig down to Kingdom Come. Where'd he go? Hang on, squig down. There he is. What the fuck was that doing? Okay, well, we've got him all put together, so that's probably going to be about where we close out for today, because I don't really feel like, assembling the other squig or figuring out the riders situation right now. Although they will be put together and assembled, to be mangler squigs, to complement the crunch boss. Oh, he might do one of the spooters. Okay, cool. We don't have any spooter goblins yet. Yeah, but I will definitely be making a community announcement so that anybody who wants to participate in some capacity will have the resources and knowledge necessary to be able to do so, which is going to be great. If you want to join in, it's going to be a fun, silly clown time. And charity is cool. Awareness is cool. Making other people feel welcome in the hobby is cool. All that stuff is very cool. It's important to me. It's definitely a reason why I started the channel. What kind of creature is the wacky green and pink creature? Goblin or bat? Are you talking about the little talky guy, the stream avatar? That creature is an alien. Their name is Starboy, and they're a character of mine. Originally, I think they were a guy, but they're non-binary now, because I'm their creator, and I can retcon whatever I want to. But they're basically just a little character to represent me. They are an alien who falls to Earth, and very kind of, I don't know if you're familiar with the Amelia Bedelia book franchise or not, but basically that, with like them trying to plant jelly beans in the ground to grow like a jelly bean tree, and just in general not quite understanding the exact way that all this Earth stuff works is sort of the vibe of the character. So when seeking a channel mascot, honestly, this design was pretty obvious to go with. I like it a lot. It speaks to me personally. I also feel like it very well represents the methodology I have of where I fit into the Warhammer community, of not necessarily doing everything the same way as other Warhammer hobbyists. But having fun and doing Warhammer all the same. I'm not trying to be hashtag not like other hobbyists. I just genuinely have a different approach to what I choose for color schemes and stuff. But yeah, that's Starboy. And Starboy is spelled Starboy. One word. I understand that there's like a singer or a musician or something that also has the name Starboy, and I would like it known that I named my character about a week and a half before I think whatever that musician's song was hit it big, and now everybody's just like, oh, like the singer? And I'm like, no, but, you know, it's fine. Maybe I'll just change their name to Star They at some point, but probably not. I like Starboy, and I like that they're just a little alien. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate having the chance to talk about them a little bit. They're a fun little guy. Alrighty. But that's it for tonight. We got some good assembly done. I hope that you all are having a lovely evening, that you are being kind to yourself, that you are buying yourself the Neopets plushies you wish you had as a child, and overall, just having a really good time with the hobby. I had fun streaming. I cannot wait to paint this crunch boss that we have come up with together. It's gonna be really fun. But for now, I'm going to go and watch some TV and hang out. But if anyone was interested in joining us on Discord, you don't have to be a patron or anything. I will post that link one more time. And just good night, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.